The future is now. To all car lovers such as myself, the realization that the family needs a new car is comparable to Christmas morning. We can get a new BMW. Or I've always liked the way the new Porsche 911 looks. Maybe that's an option. The possibilities seem to be endless, right? Wrong. I forgot we have a budget. Ah, bittersweet reality comes knocking at the door. I realize that the purchase of a new car implicates a multitude of serious and life altering decisions. We must think about safety, reliability, and cost over the short and long term. Throughout my presentation, I will be evaluating a short list of viable vehicle options that must be rigorously evaluated for the benefits that they can bring my family. And as science has shown over recent years, the choices we make have tangible and serious impacts on the world we live in. With that in mind, we must ask ourselves the question, is it worth paying more now to save later, or saving now to pay a lot more in the long run? Over the past 10 years, my family has owned 3 Volkswagens that have served us with quality driving experiences, reliability, and above all, a price-conscious alternative to the other German cars on the market. Just ask any Volkswagen driver and they'll tell you just how much Das Autos means to us. However, 2018 was rapidly becoming unlike any other time. Our knowledge of climate change and related environmental issues could no longer go unnoticed. The irreversible damage done to the climate was an issue my family could no longer ignore. So when it was time to consider a new family car, it was our responsibility to consider the most sustainable and reliable option. As you can imagine, the Model 3 Tesla quickly jumped to the top of our wish list. The only thing left to do now was evaluate both cars for the benefits that they could bring our family and the environment around us. When discussing the best compact car on the market, the Volkswagen Jetta is widely considered a market leader. Although the Jetta is a compact model, it outclasses many of its competitors in many important categories, one of which is safety. Backed by an excellent crash score, a post-collision braking system that helps prevent secondary impacts, an impressively superior airbag response system, the Jetta is an all-around safe vehicle. But would that be enough to sway us over the Model 3? Over 4 years ago, a vast majority of us would not have considered an electric car to make a compelling alternative to the traditional fossil fuel vehicles on the market. However, the world has learned never underestimate a Tesla. I was impressed to learn that even the slowest of Model 3s with the rear wheel setup could smoke most, but not all, BMW 3 Series due to an availability of instant torque. So if you want power, consider it done. Now, let's take a more in-depth look at both of our options. As mentioned before, we hold brand loyalty to Volkswagen. So it would take a pretty impressive competitor to knock it out of top spot as the Dimitriou family car. Let's take a look at some of the pros behind the Volkswagen Jetta. With a baseline ticket price that truly embodies Volkswagen's slogan, the people's car, coming in at a price tag of only $25,000, the Volkswagen Jetta really seems to be the people's car. With a driving range of almost 715 kilometers per tank of gas, the Volkswagen Jetta provides 300 kilometers more driving when compared to the Model 3 Tesla, which only boasts a driving range of 415 kilometers per charge. Keeping in mind that our family car would need to be equipped for long rides between fill-ups, this was definitely an advantage for the Jetta. Although driving further on a tank of gas makes the Volkswagen one of our top choices, one of the intangible perks of getting another Volkswagen would be the fact that there would be no change in our lifestyle. No charging stations, no surprises. Let's take a look at some of the categories the Jetta didn't score so favorably in. First of all, it's not environmentally friendly. The burning of fossil fuels produces hazardous chemicals and greenhouse gas emissions. These pollutants contribute to air pollution and climate change. Research shows that 14% of all global greenhouse gas emissions are due to global transportation. And in Canada, this number grows to 27%. The Volkswagen Jetta provides no environmental benefit and can only be seen as contributing to the problem. Secondly, like all gas-powered cars, the Jetta comes with an engine, and that brings with it a multitude of reasons why you might need to bring it into the shop. I always hear my dad complaining about things like spark plugs, fuel filters, and oil changes, just to name a few. On the other hand, the Tesla, having no engine, means that pesky check engine light no longer carries a price tag or the inconvenience associated with regular maintenance. Research has shown time and time again that electric cars are better for the environment. They emit fewer fossil fuels and air pollutants than traditional gas-burning vehicles. And this takes into consideration their production from factory line to road ready. With no tailpipe, pure electric cars like the Tesla cannot produce carbon dioxide emissions when driving. This reduces air pollution significantly. Put simply, the Tesla makes our city a better place to be for pedestrians and cyclists. No engine means no more fuel trips. Over time, this can save my family both time and money, especially considering the fact that the price of gas only seems to be going up and the lines at the pump only seem to be getting longer. Furthermore, the government of Canada provides incentives for electric vehicle purchases. In Canada, the incentive is $5,000. And as many of you may have already noticed, when at the grocery store or the local shopping mall, more and more priority parking spots seem to be put right near the doors for electric vehicle owners. This can be a huge advantage, especially in the winter, when snow and ice make parking lots increasingly dangerous for pedestrians. Let's take a look at some of the things standing in the Tesla's way. In Canada, a brand new Tesla Model 3 will cost about $52,000. Even after the price incentive of $5,000, the Model 3 still comes in about $25,000 more expensive than a brand new Volkswagen Jetta. If you'll remember, we do have a budget to keep in mind. The Model 3 Tesla really begs the question, is it worth paying more now to save later? Now, while the exact rate of insuring your Tesla depends on your personal driving history and the province you live in, insurance rates are typically higher for Teslas. This is in part due to the potentially high cost of replacing out-of-the-norm components, such as the electrical system and aluminum frame. Starting to wonder if we should pay more now to save later. I have conducted a quick cost-benefit analysis, pinning the price of the Model 3 Tesla against the price of the Volkswagen Jetta through 5 years of ownership. Let's see how the numbers compare. As we can see here, the Tesla does in fact carry a higher cost, with the total higher cost being about $16,000 through 5 years of ownership. Let's see if the economic benefit can sway my family towards the Volkswagen Jetta. Based on the analysis I have conducted between the Model 3 Tesla and the Volkswagen Jetta, there seems to be no clear winner. Both vehicles provide exceptional quality in one way or the other, and there was no option of getting both. Trust me, I asked my dad. With all aspects of both vehicles in mind, and more importantly, with an eye on a cleaner and more sustainable future, I recommend that my family purchase the Tesla. We must learn to make sacrifices in the short term in order to build a future we can all enjoy for generations to come. I definitely think it's worth paying more now to save in the long run. Thank you for listening.